Welcome everyone to the 14.10 GitLab kickoff for the Gitaly group as part of the create stage. Let me go ahead and share my screen and we'll walk through what we're planning on accomplishing in the 14.10 milestone. So as always, we have a Gitaly planning issue for 14.10, which is scheduled to release April 2022. We release on the 22nd of every month, so these are done monthly. This issue represents the planning that we've done as a combination of quad planning, though we do not have a front-end team, so it's really planning between engineering, test, and product management. We have a couple things we're going to send through the problem validation, solution validation cycle in the upcoming releases. One of those is Git for large files. This is an initiative we have to figure out how we can better support those customers and those users who have very large files. Git is not an ideal solution for that currently. It's very difficult to manage large files. Therefore, we're looking for opportunities to improve that experience for our users. In addition, we have a few things here around solution validation. We want to come up with a path forward on these issues here. Probably the one to highlight here is the clarifying the upgrade process for Gitaly cluster. This is an often requested thing from our users. We want to make sure that we have not only a recommended solution that's well documented, but that recommended solution has been tested and verified by our team that it's the right approach and it reduces as much risk as possible during upgrades. Moving into the features, we have a few themes here that we're talking through. One of the major themes in this release, and it has been for a while, is repository level incremental backups. And I've linked to the epic here. I will also link this issue in the video notes below. One of the most important things we're looking to do is have incremental backups use the standard backup.rake task that we already have as part of GitLab. This is the MVC of incremental backups. We expect to iterate on this continuously moving forward for multiple releases to make this really a stable part of our product. We're looking to release something in an MVC state here in 14.10 such that we can start getting user feedback and allow users to experience the benefits of incremental backups over the very long backup task when you have a very large repository. The second theme here is we're really looking to improve Gitaly cluster data consistency and data safety. One of the things I wanted to bring to the forefront here is we're looking to add a periodic background verification for repository metadata. This is something that we've actually worked on for a while to come up with a good plan forward with this. But the problem we were facing was that Prefect currently lacks background verification of the replicas and their associated metadata. And now that we're starting to run background tasks to go through our repositories for Gitaly cluster and validate everything is working as designed, we wanted to start adding additional jobs to that background queue to check things like metadata and ensure that there's no errors. And if there are, we want to go ahead and correct those errors automatically so that the repository stay as healthy as possible with as minimal intervention as possible by the end user. The next theme that I want to touch on here is the improving reliability and scalability on the replication queue. The replication queue is responsible for replicating your data from one Gitaly cluster node to another. So we have a carryover issue from the previous release from 14.9, where we're working to reduce and avoid duplicate jobs being queued up for replication to reduce bandwidth and to reduce load on the servers. We also have a stretch goal that if we can complete the carryover work, we'd like to also start looking to improve by setting a timeout for replication queue operations so that if a replication queue is active for a certain length of time on a specific job, it will time out and move on instead of getting hung up on that job. The final thing that I want to touch on here is we also have a theme for moving repository maintenance ownership into Gitaly. This has been ongoing for a while. This is something that you may not notice immediately through use, but we're restructuring a lot of our RPCs and we're removing those RPCs that are no longer necessary. And we're trying to kind of standardize on a consistent set of RPCs, allowing the best interface possible and allowing the best testing possible. By reducing the number of RPCs, we are reducing complexity and we are reducing our surface for errors that we could have because we can test each individual thing better if there's less of them. We can write more dedicated testing. So that's a very important initiative for us as well. In addition, I want to point out there's a few performance and bug fixes coming off the engineering backlog that we're excited to get done. If you have any questions upon any of these things, please feel free to reach out to us via a comment on an issue or directly via email to myself or Andres, the engineering manager, or anybody on the team. We'd love to hear from you and hear your feelings on this. As always, I'll link this below. If there's any questions or comments, please, again, feel free to reach out. Thank you very much. Have a great day.